pinwheel of death.
Can you hear my sleeping?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Now we're live.
So here we are with episode 4 of the High Octane Media and Podcast. So, trying to get a sponsorship. Red Bull.
If anybody knows anybody that knows anybody with Red Bull,
Yeah, you send it my way.
right. And then I'll quit drinking Body Armor.
Right, so I just sent off the,
Can you hear?
yeah,
Okay, sorry.
sent off the notification to JP, and looks like he is in here, but I gotta set this up quick.
See how you are?
So why don't you go ahead and tell him what's going on this weekend?
All right. So last weekend on Saturday, we were supposed to go down and do the Fire and Ice show. And the weather was not cooperating with us. So this weekend, Saturday, we're going to be down there, Glenwood, doing that all autocross show. Well, I think Sloan's got her just about set up.
So,
Our first guest of the evening.
is going to be JP Sweet.
He's with Lake of the Woods County Fair. We ran up there, did some shows last year with him, and we're going to do the 100th year fair this year, that whole weekend. I'm going to Hairball.
And here's a little intro for JP.
And there's
JP. Oh, we can't hear him.
Microphone on. There we go.
There
What's
you
up,
are.
boys?
What's going on,
Is that
buddy?
Too loud? Too loud?
No, not loud enough.
Perfect. Oh, not loud enough. Well, I can make that happen here. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing this evening?
Doing all right. What are you up to, buddy?
Man, I'm just kicking back, enjoying the first day of March. It's kind of crazy. It's already springtime, and looking at the last month of the fishing season here before it's time to start pulling the toys out of the weeds and forget about the ice fishing gimmick for a few months.
Yeah, I suppose it's about time for that, huh? You going on vacation?
No, no vacations for me. Just right into the next project. I got
Ain't no rest for the wicked.
no, certainly isn't there, my friend.
Right on. I have a little bit more of a lull. I actually, I'm done angling now. I got the spear house still on the lake, but I've got a couple weeks to get that thing drug up into the yard, and then I don't know, I think I'm done.
You guys are actually kind of getting ready for your busy season here. Like I'm looking at the back half of mine, and you guys are starting to stare derby, race, mud, whatever have you season right in the face here pretty quick.
Plus,
Oh,
I've already
God.
got like 14 fence bids to do.
About ready to get my bread buttered.
Something like that. See, it's
Right.
kind of nice because I've actually got the comments pulled up here. I got the live stream, sitting in front of me, so I can see what people are saying in your
Nice.
chat. It's kind of nice. I'm going to be the most interactive guest. I might not be the best promoter you've ever had. I might not be the best driver you've ever had, but damn it, I'm going to be the highest quality production on this podcast you have had yet.
Well, let's
Nice.
do it up. So tell me what you got going on this summer.
Oh man, first off, it's an honor to be like the 9th guest of the High Octane Media Podcast.
Not counting.
As they say, if you can't be first, you can be 9th. I just hope to be able to follow in the footsteps of the great Joe Biden last week here on the show.
How'd you like
So,
that?
That was hilarious. That made my night watching that last week when I watched that back. But hey, up here this summer in the great borderland of Minnesota, if you will, we got quite a few events going on up here. It's the 100th year of the Lake of the Woods County Fair. We've got Hairball coming. I know Dewey's got his VIP tickets. Looking forward to that on Friday night, July the 14th. Couple races up here this summer. The first one for us will be Autocross coming up Willie Walleye weekend, Willie Walleye Day, whatever you want to call it, on June the 3rd. And then we'll have the two fair grandstand events with the Demolition Derby on the 15th at 7 p.m. and the Bush Baja race, whatever the hell you want to call it, on the 16th at time to be determined.
Right on.
So you actually got a pretty busy schedule this year.
Absolutely. We really wanted to try to have a pretty consistent schedule this year. You know, it's the 100th year of the Lake of the Woods County Fair, 100th centennial celebration for Lake of the Woods County, actually. It's the youngest county here in the state we call home, Minnesota. So we're looking to do it upright. You only get to turn 100th once. So we're looking forward to trying to have a hell of a time up here.
So our camera is going in and out. So I'm going to go work with that while you keep talking.
Oh, wonderful. You got to push that button twice again.
Yeah.
I just see a blur that looks like Dwayne. There he is.
Well, that's about what I look like right now, so I'm better.
You got the white High Octane hoodie going on, so
Yeah, I got it stained. Actually, I didn't get it stained. Somebody dumped a clutch on me on the last trip we made, and I might have got coffee on my belly. But I did pretty good at getting it white again, so.
He just can't drink coffee while I'm driving. It wasn't that I was a bad driver. Well, there it goes again. Sorry, I don't know what's causing that. But anyway.
We'll live with it.
It came out pretty good for being coffee on white.
Yeah, it actually did.
I wear black for a reason.
hey, I'm right there with you, brother. It's always black on black because I'm a messy individual, and it's a lot easier to hide your piggish status when you wear dark colors.
This is true.
I like to stick out in a crowd, though.
Hey, man, so do I. If you've seen the way I paint my derby and race cars up, it's pretty much let's go buy the whole damn aisle of spray paint at the hardware store and slap it on and make it look as noisy as possible because it sure as in the hell ain't going to drive that well.
Yeah, they know I'm going to buy a lot of paint when they see me coming.
They actually get excited looking at me when I walk in because they know I'm dropping a $100 bill at least in the paint aisle, which nowadays maybe I just walk in with a carton of eggs. I don't know.
or about, I don't know, what is it, like 3 cans of paint for $100 these days?
I don't know. I don't.
Last time I bought spray paint, I think I got like 5. It was like $50, $40.
Who would have thought we'd have hit the point with these demo derbies and stuff where buying the paint for the damn car might cost more than the car?
Right?
You're getting deals on cars, then I'm not.
A lot of people just say, get this thing the hell out of my yard. It can go sit in yours instead. So that's how I get most of my junk.
Cool.
So the Low County Fair model is on here saying he's got to look good because he knows he ain't winning. No.
He's not wrong. I mean, if I can look good with the helmet on behind the steering wheel, I feel better. It's a thing, you know, if you look good, you're going to drive good, except usually I only drive in the last place. So
I've never derbied, so I can't even make fun of you for it.
hey, I have this knack of finishing right about 4th place in most derbies. I guess the lone exception being the truck demo in Badette, where I got 2nd place via a rousing game of rock, paper, scissors. So,
you know, I'd never heard of that. I heard about it once. A month later, you guys did it, which is funny.
Well, so it was kind of funny because in that awesome intro video, of course you left out the only hit I made in the whole derby.
I couldn't give you any credit.
You got 3 of the 4 trucks in there, and me and my broken carburetor are in the other corner of the ring. And that was one of the craziest situations I can recall in demo derbying that I've done in my short history. We had 4 trucks in our truck class. My carburetor froze. Another guy's carburetor froze. A transmission lost forward gears. And we had a distributor all go within 15 seconds of each other.
Oh, Jesus.
The guy with the transmission ended up just stalling out right next to me. And I was able to just keep lurching forward, make enough contact where I would have gotten third, and we just had our driver's windows next to each other. I said, "Well, this sucks. This crowd can get a good sight line on us though, so why don't we just play rock paper scissors?" So it's kind of fun waving Ed off, like, "Yeah, dude, don't hit us anymore. Believe me, there's no sense in putting a golf ball sized dent in these pickups anymore. So just back off and let's settle this like a bunch of preschoolers on the playground battling over."
Aren't you going back out this year?
For which part?
Are you going out into a truck derby this year?
I'm going to run the truck again. I'm going to run that truck until it's finally dead, which with my luck ain't going to take much more. But I think for a bidet, I'll probably get in a truck, and then I'm going to try to kill my full size. I mean, I might honestly just like duct tape $100 bills to the side of that car, and the first one who can roll it over gets the money, and just hop out and go do PR work in the crowd, because I hate that car. I have never had a vehicle in my life I have actually hated. Like I have thought about taking it to like Josh or Tyler shows and just parking it as a plug for the ring. Like it is a piece of junk.
Well, I hear you're going to have some visitors from down south coming to your show.
I'm excited to have I'm excited to have guys from all over come up here, man. You know, it's crazy because when I took this show over up here, we only had 9 cars. I mean, we had 9 guys show up, and then we ran a derby allegedly with COVID, allegedly, and had 39 alleged participants, and then we came back with 31 and 21, and we had 33 entries last year. So it's kind of, you know, it's amazing to see the growth up here, and you know, traveling around obviously with you guys. I worked with Sloan. Well, Dwayne went and played in the mud, and at the bull ring last year at the WFO show, and you know, a couple of those guys talked to me there. One of our guys on my committee, Logan Sather, ran in Bagley, met a bunch of guys over there, and just the word of mouth got out that we try to run kind of a fair show up here, and we love having new guys come up here, and you know, we're trying to be welcome to everybody from every part of the state. You know, I mean, we are a long way up here, as you boys both know.
Well, you're only 2 hours from us. You're closer than most shows.
See, that's the thing people don't understand. Like, one of my professions, obviously, if you can't see by the fancy headset compared to everybody else that has appeared on this show, I set the bars high in very, very rare occasions, and this is one of them to future guests of this show. I may not be able to build a derby car, but damn it, I have a headset. We are a long way up here, and to me, when I go on runs, they're like, "Oh, where are you going today?" "Oh, just down to Kellier. You know, it's only an hour." And you tell some people that, and they think you're crazy that only an hour drive is a short trip for you. I mean, it's not like if I decided to, you know, wild hair up my tuchus and head down to Glenwood this weekend. That's a 4.5 hour hike.
Right.
Well, it's going to be, most of our shows are anywhere between 2.5 to 3.5 hours away. And then we actually have shows that we're going to be going 6.5 hours away. This
Minot's going to be a haul for you boys.
Yeah.
That's not even the farthest one.
Really? You picked up another far one, huh?
Yeah, we were talking to another promoter. I had sponsored a 4-man team to go to a 4-man derby. And I've been trying to figure out who's going to video it so I can watch it, you know. And it turns out it happens to be at the end of the year. We're not busy. And they do have a local YouTube guy. And if you don't mind me coming down there, I think we're going to be going down to video alongside of him.
Now I see. I gotta bring this up here because I'm looking at the chat, and Josh Stock just called me a sandbagger, and I find offense to that because you actually have to build something of quality to be in one of his shows, and I couldn't even, like, compared to stuff that looks like shows up to a full arena show, like. Just I could leave my car still on the trailer and it would still find a way to get one-shotted at a full arena show. So, Josh, I don't know what you're talking about sandbagging. I value my health, but if you ever want somebody to come on and guaranteed be the hit that generates the Mad Dog, I will gladly show up. One of the worst, like, I wouldn't say worst, but like one of the personal growth experiences I had in Derby was I took this crappy orange crap box Lincoln down to a show in Grigla, Minnesota. I ran it, and nobody informed me that mods were in the show. So I built this with not even sticks of ready rod in the cores, just threw some bolts in the hood, kicked the glass out. I pulled through inspection, and they laughed at me and said, "Oh, you're gonna have fun." And I took one shot and lost a radiator. The fan blade ended up somewhere on the track, and the clip was knocked over about 2 inches off the frame rail.
Nice.
And I spent the rest of the Derby. I just kicked my feet up on what was left of the dashboard and enjoyed the show. So sometimes you are the show, and sometimes you are watching the show from the muddiest, best seat in the house.
So tell us about this Oldsmobile in Roseau.
So that Oldsmobile in Roseau, that's another one of those cars that just got thrown to me. Randall Muirhead, I seen who put that. Hi, Randall. Gave me this Oldsmobile. He's like, just kill it. Just kill it. Because he thought it was the biggest pile of crap that you could possibly get your hands on. Like it might have been the rustiest thing I've ever ran. He said, well, just go throw this in Roseau's Bone Stock Derby. Just kill it. Go have fun. Enjoy your 2 seconds of fame in the Roseau Demo Derby. And I ran this frickin' Oldsmobile, and it's one of those classes like we have it here too. And all you do is kick the windows out. Literally, all you have to do is kick the windows out and make sure the gas tank is in front of the rear axle. I threw this thing into the Roseau Demo Derby, and somehow this thing limped its way to 4th place. The back seat was pushed up against the driver's seat. What finally ended up killing that car was a trailing arm, which we had ratchet strapped to the axle just to hold it together. Should have just cut the damn thing off, but it found its way into the gas tank, popped a hole in the gas tank, and I got 4th. I have demoed 3 times I think in Roseau, and each time I've gotten 4th place.
That's probably where that sandbagger comment came in.
I got 4th to Tyler this year. I mean, he's being quiet in the chat.
Yeah, I was supposed to ask about that.
So we both derbied in Roseau with minivans, and that's the first time that Josh, I'm not even that good at catching fish, man. You don't see any fish on my wall. All you see back here is a lanyard that says I got to be the public address announcer at the Bemidji Arena one time for a women's hockey game. Brother, there ain't no fish on my wall. There ain't no 10-point buck. Hell, there's barely a derby trophy in my living room. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Josh, because if there's a big fish down there, you can guarantee I'm catching all the 10-inch walleyes in the world.
It's getting hot in here, boy. We got 2 legends in the chat just poking at you.
It might be roast time.
They should. I mean, I look the closest like the frickin' Pillsbury Doughboy out of any of these boys. So if you poke me hard enough, I will giggle. So just keep that in mind, gentlemen. But me and Tyler, the first time I ever met Tyler Miller was in Roseau at the Derby this last year, and I just happened to look over and I see this black minivan with a pink 53 with WFO stickers on it. And I went, oh, shit. And there was only 5 minivans, and Tyler came over to talk to me. He couldn't be any nicer of a guy. Could not be any nicer of an individual. And we got in the ring, and I threw my minivan in reverse and realized, oh, well, she's going to about $5,000 before she starts rolling. We're not here for a long time today. We're just here for a good time. To hell with the back end. It's head on the whole time, which was about 90 seconds. So that was a good time. Josh, here's the thing, man. I can't go wide right in a demo ring. I can't pull it wide right, wide left. I can't fumble on the 2-yard line. Can't overthrow it. I'm not 40 years old yet, so I can't throw crossbody in the Superdome, Josh. You're just going to have to wait a few more years. I will find more ways to disappoint you. I mean, hell, I remember a Baja race I ran. I was in 3rd place, and the tire flew off and hit one of the buildings at my fairgrounds.
Oh,
So
yeah, tell us that story.
Isn't that how you became a fair board member?
That's how I became a member of the fair board, because I ran a Baja Bush car, whatever the hell you want to call it, race here many years ago. And it was a 99 Bonneville supercharged, awesome car. It was fast. And we had to change a tire in between one of the heats. And I went back out there and I was flying around the best I can, which usually ain't very good in my races here. But I had this thing flying, just had, as Dewey would say, the giggle pedal slap to the floor. And next thing I know, I just feel a very, very large thud and I just stopped moving. And I'm trying to figure out what just broke. I'm kind of sitting there, processing it, probably with a very low grade concussion at this point. And everybody's going around me. And instead of going forward, I'm sitting here smoking and my car's tilted to one side. And I get out of it and everybody's laughing at me. My tire, if you've ever been to the Lake of the Woods Fairgrounds, we have a nice fence. If you want to go see our races, go check out the Lake of the Woods County Fair Baja race on the High Octane media page. It's not a nice fence, but it's been hit multiple times. It's been hit more times than I have in demo derbies, which is saying something. The tire clears this 6-foot high fence, shoots over the road, and puts a dent in the side of my cattle barn at the fairgrounds. And two of my board members, Robbie Ruby and an ex-board member, I got out of the car. I walked up to talk to them after the show was over. They said, well, you have two options. You can come here and fix the dent, or you can join the fair board and work off your damage. So
the rest is restitution.
The rest is just restitution. I'm a volunteer by force now, so go me.
And now I guess we officially know the rest of the story.
Yep.
You enjoy your time on the fair board. You can't say you don't.
I love the fair board, man. Being on that board has been one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. I've met some amazing people through it. I've got to do some amazingly cool things with that board. It's really about the community. It's really about
Stockholm
putting on an
syndrome.
event for. Well, yeah. It's the 6 concussions and 4 demo derbies. They've all just caught up to me, and here we go. And I see Josh says, I'm not going to repeat that in the chat because I'm not sure what the audience is, but Josh,
look at he's even bringing us into this here now.
So,
at least you sound high quality, even if the live stream is low quality. Only the lowest.
Hey, look, man, like I said, as long as I can bring one high quality thing in my life to something with motorsports, if this is it, damn it, I will be proud of that fact because it sure as the hell ain't my demo derby on July 15th here at the Lake of the Woods County Fair.
So you have Hairball coming up there, though. It should be a good time.
We've got Hairball, and that is the first concert on a large scale that we've done here since 2003. The last one we had here was Jody Messina. So it's a big deal to bring music back to the grandstand. You guys were here last year. That's the first year we had that new grandstand.
It's a nice grandstand.
It's an awesome new grandstand. Seats a little over 900. We're using 850 capacity for that one. So we got plenty of stage front standing tickets as well. I mean, those tickets are on sale right now at MidwestTix.com. Search Hairball. You'll see us under Lake of the Woods County Fair in their events tab. We're really looking forward to that this year. Right now, it's already selling on a pace that it should be close to a sellout on the night of the show. So if you haven't got your tickets, that's MidwestTix.com, search Hairball, and come up and see us on July 14th, 7 p.m. Hairball. They have the Nighthawk Band with them. We are very, very excited to welcome that to the 100th year of the Lake of the Woods County Fair.
You also have some other bands down on your pavilion, right?
Yep, we'll have the Nighthawk Band that night. They will go. So actually, they're going to open for Hairball, and then they're going to go play a second set that night from 11 to 1 a.m. We have the Red Letter Band, which you'll be able to hear if you come up here for the demo derby. They will be on the pavilion stage right after the demo derby is done. You'll be able to go have a drink, listen to some country music.
Well,
we're going rock heavy on Friday. Well, either do I, but I mean. Maybe Justin Wilmer wants to have a beer and listen to some country music. I don't know.
I couldn't believe that had happened.
Think he'll pose again?
I think he will. I mean, that mullet has to, like, he's grown that mullet for years for something, and I think he's finally found his calling. It is definitely, he's getting ready for that high octane media calendar, which we're going to do in a few years. He's
He's
trying
got to
to
wear a
become the
thong for
cover
that.
model.
Oh no!
I bet if you ask him nicely, I think he'd probably wear a thong and drive his Caprice around in a race this year. I mean,
Nice.
we could like we could give him like how they have those faceless helmets. We could give him like a backless helmet so that mullet just flows in the wind while he's wearing his little speedo thong and his Caprice. I think that would be great. We don't have a dress code in the Derby, so we might have to do that. The manliest outfit for the demo Derby this year. That might be a new trophy we have to give out.
Oh dear God!
Hey, nobody's ever tried to demo in a suit and tie before. That would be exciting. Maybe the first time I show up down south at one of Josh Stock's events down there, maybe I'll show up in a suit and tie. I mean, he said he was going to roll the red carpet out earlier, so maybe I'll be classy white trash when I show up to run a car or something someday.
Well, you actually got to win when you're wearing that suit and tie.
That would be something, get out of the car, do an interview with you guys, and just I'll look like a trailer park James Bond when we get out of the car. It'll be great. It'll have a little mud on it, and instead of 007, it'll just be 353, and that's my weight and not my code number. So
A banana hammock, huh?
Josh, there is not enough bribing you could do or anybody could do where I would even think about doing that.
How about JB? I'll put you on that calendar on the front page.
Deal.
Get him some high octane pasties.
I mean, it is round.
Right.
Oh,
Only if like page 3's got to be Dewey sitting in the spear house, same thing, sitting there, getting ready to spear a fish, and just a big old high octane sticker right on his chest. Be great.
How do you think I normally sit in that thing? That's about right.
I'm pretty sure he's just sitting. I'm sure Dewey's just sitting there, probably with the battle cry of "Smoke him if you got him" before he starts throwing spears at fish. So,
Well, you're coming down to see it there first ice next year, right?
100%. That's something I've never done before is spear, which is crazy considering where I live. So I'm looking forward to getting down there with you early part of the spearing season next year and throwing a few.
Heck yeah, that'd be fun.
So do you have any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to give?
Oh, God. Me, because I'm the most important one. Would also like to follow that up with, obviously, I got to plug Sweets Fishing. We got 1 month left on the lake. We were able to keep our houses out till April 1st. Don't know if the weather will always cooperate that long, but if you want to get up and try to get some walleye fishing in before the season comes to an end, come on up, see us, sweetsfishing.com. Give us a call, 218-368-7323. Fishing's starting to pick up. We're moving houses back into the shallow waters, getting ready to chase them walleyes as they come into spawn. Got to shout out Joe Grund and EDI, Extreme Duty Ironworks up here in Baudette. He's done a lot of welding, done a lot of projects for us to get these cars ready to roll. Wing River Trucking, Colton Hasbargen. He's done some welding for me too. You guys talked to him over in Little Fork. Go check that show out on YouTube as well if you're out there listening. Yeah, I'll plug your stuff, Sloan. I'm a good egg. And then Wilmer Farms, because Justin is going to drive to my house and punch me in the face if I don't say that. So if you're out there listening and you're a prospective sponsor, money does buy sponsorship as well does threats of abuse. So
That's how we got our sponsorship.
So all I gotta do is just walk over to your house and just threaten to very lightly tap kick your door and be like, Sloan, stickers. I need stickers.
We got about 1,000.
We got them.
I've got 2 on the back of my truck. I noticed there's a fish house up here now. I don't know where the hell those came from, but I just can't open the cabinet anymore without seeing High Octane Media. I have no idea where those stickers came from.
What about the sticker on the door?
Well, that's the last thing they see. Instead of a beautiful view of Lake of the Woods, they see High Octane Media. So I can only hope that somebody will subscribe out of pity.
Right?
Yeah. Shameless self-promotion.
Well, JP,
Hey,
it was great having you on, bud.
Hey, first off, there's nothing wrong with self-promotion. That's how I'm going to get everybody up here to the 100th year of the Lake of the Woods County Fair, July 12th through the 16th. We've got Hairball July 14th. Get your tickets now at MidwestTix.com. Come on up and see us. It's going to be a great time. If you think you want to come and punt my head into the 15th row of my grandstand, be sure to enter the Demolition Derby up here on Saturday, July the 15th. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Tech will run 4 to 6. And if you think you want to outdrive me, which trust me ain't very hard because some tire will fly off and probably hit my camper, which will be parked behind the fair office this year. Come out and try your hand at the oval races up here Sunday, July 16th. Time to be determined. How's that for cheap and shameless plugging, Sloan?
Well, I tell you what, buddy. You can get somebody else on the fair board in Stockholm them.
Well, that's how I got Justin Wilmer involved. I told him, young man, you dropped a couch on my foot when we moved into our fair office, and now you owe me restitution for the next lifetime. So,
Well, it was always good having you on, buddy. I'd like to have you on again before your next derby.
Gentlemen, it's an honor to be here. And to your next guest, please show up with a man van again. I would like to finish fourth to you again or watch you dislodge my head from my shoulders. And with that, Tyler, have fun. I thought I could disconnect on my own, but I can't. I had this all planned out all day saying that, and I just screwed that up. So
That was a terrible mic drop, buddy.
I'll sit. Hey, look, man, look. I drive derby cars as well as I do mic drops and anything else. So if you expect high quality finishing from me, you're looking at the wrong guy.
All right, JP, you have a good night, and we will talk to you later.
Two boys.
And our
Always
next guest is going to be Tyler Miller from WFO Derby Production. Promotion. That goes messing with me. But here's his video, and then we'll get right on to talk to him. Hey, Mr. Miller, how's it going?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good. I had it muted.
So nobody can hear you talking, or what?
I was eating my Reese's.
Let's see, I'm trying to get here. Your volume's a little low. I see if I turn you up. Try it again. You there?
Yes. Yeah, I'm here. How about
There
you
he
guys?
is. All right, much louder. So, how's it going, Tyler?
Oh, it's going good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Hope you like the intro.
Yeah, it's good. JP needs to work on his mic drop, though.
From what I understand, he's really good at audio, but he's low quality at everything else like us. Hey, I tried to put the red carpet out. Couldn't find it. So we're just going to have to roll with this.
It's probably used it all up last Saturday with Josh.
I did. He rolled up here with his truck, and it even says legend on the back.
Crazy.
It does. It is crazy.
And
I can't see it.
I seen him here. Then you seen him up in Thief River, right? When he was on his way back from Canada.
Yeah, I just left Petro and I walked down. I looked at this guy walking towards me, and And then I turned the other way, and he whistled at me. I'm like, I thought it was you. What are you doing in my town? I said. So,
He posted on Snapchat. He was talking to the fair board.
yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that didn't blow up.
Right. Oh, the comedy between all you guys is great.
I can't see the comment, so whoever's trying to rip on it, maybe could show me them.
I'll tell you. Nothing. So we're good. So tell us a little bit about this year. What's going on?
Well, we'll start off. I'm hoping next week's, maybe towards the end of the week, I'll have a pretty big announcement. I called the guy today to see if I can announce it tonight. He said just hold off. It's going to involve buses, a demo, and to cap the night off, the second place finisher in The Voice will be singing there.
Cool. That's gonna be a wild night.
Yeah, we're pretty certain it's going to happen, but we just want to make sure everything is set in stone. But it's going to be high payout for a very low quality build car.
Nice.
If that makes sense. It's going to be pretty stock builds, very high paying payouts.
Awesome. I've been seeing a lot of pay-ups going up this year. All the way around the board, really.
Yeah, well, they have to. I mean, cars cost so much: steel, time, effort, fuel. I mean, everything's just gone up in price.
Yeah, we've had a few talks with quite a few promoters about that. Even off these live chats with people, people are having trouble. I mean, I've seen upwards of $12,000 to win. They still can't fill the field. I'm about ready to just go grab an escort, get hit in the first corner, and be done. Maybe get a payout. That's about it.
Yeah, it kind of seems like high-paying ones, locally, just ain't getting the numbers. And I don't really know why. It's regardless who the promoter is, me, Stock, JP, Dylan. I think everyone should be supporting everyone, because if you quit supporting one guy, maybe he hangs up. Well, for instincts to show up and bought it or here, that will die. I mean, if you're not helping it, going to everyone's shows, I just feel like in the long run it's going to hurt us right. Promoters and fans, and regardless who's putting on the show, get out there, support them. At least go sit in the grandstands.
It takes a village. I mean, there's a lot of drama that floats around out there, whether it be demo, racing, dirt tracks, pretty bad.
Really bad.
But if everybody just let everything go, work together, we could do a lot of great things in this state. I mean, it's hard enough with the cost of everything, let alone battling each other. If everybody was able to work together, whether it be with scheduling, organizing, I mean, even helping each other at shows. I know I'm starting to see, like JP, I think you've offered to go work other shows with people just to help out. And that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, if my schedule fit it, I will gladly go help pretty much anyone for absolutely no cost, maybe a cheeseburger at the end of the night. My winners are super. Yeah. My winners are busy. I'd love to get down, to see that ice crush or, something like that. But 90% of the time we have a wrestling match or somewhere that weekend.
Right. That's like us. There's more shows than we can actually get to.
There's
shows out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows out there. I highly suggest just getting out and supporting them, and it's a good family bonding experience. And I feel like if you can get a father and son or two buddies to buy a car and build it and strip it and demo it, they're hooked for life. There's no other sport that is better than Demolition Derby for bringing family together, friends, and entertainment.
It's definitely all about working together. I mean, for your guys actually that come to your shows, I'm actually going to be trying to help them get down to Iowa for the 4-man derby down there. And after
Very cool.
watching,
Yeah, I've seen that.
I mean, out of all the shows I go to, like kind of each person's kind of known for certain classes. Yours for hard hitting is usually your compacts.
Yeah, I would agree. You got the Bagley boys, and then you got the Becker County Outlaws, and they just, man, they turn it up. And sometimes it's the Bagley guys get the better shot. Sometimes it's the Becker boys, but at the end of the day, you got to respect both sides. They're putting in the time to build cars and their money to come to my shows, and they're both sides are just great guys.
Absolutely.
And girls. I know the Becker girls. They got some girls.
You guys actually have quite a few girls that drive there.
Yeah. That Bagley thing last year with the girls really took off, and I'm really hoping to accommodate that in the more shows, because them girls ain't afraid to lay a smack down either.
No. Well, with the last was the powder puff, the one it took second. We had a camera in it, and every time she took off, the car would die. But she would have to sit there and fire it. Finally, it would fire just before she got railed from like all the way across the track. So the crowd was just going nuts because they could see what was going on. But it was great.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Did you lose me for a second?
It kind of froze up a little bit.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
Low quality.
That's all we got. Low quality. But so you have, what shows do you have so far? This like that you know of for sure, 100%. You got Thief River. Whoop! Did he freeze up again?
Something happened.
That's my daughter in the background. You can hear typing away on her braille machine. Oh, we think we might have lost you, Josh or Tyler. You're gonna love that one.
All right. Come back on here ranting.
So we're probably, you might want to just reset your internet quick. I'll just pop you over. But we'll switch back over here till he gets in. So, a lot of shows going on this year. We got Joe here. By the way, Joe, talk to him about your hoodie. Should be able to have that made. We're just waiting on some phone calls. Dustin Hanson, he's one of the ones that's going to Iowa.
Yep, that's that 4-man.
Mm-hmm. JP Sweet says, so you're saying I have a chance? If you're lucky.
I don't think he was talking to us.
He was talking about running the boring.
Yeah.
We lost him there.
Hey, at least it's not on our end this time.
Right, except for the
fuzzies?
Yeah, it just keeps doing it. I'm going to have to mess with it. What do we got going on over here? Did that update and start putting this stuff on here?
Kind of looks like it.
That's weird. Or did I put that up there? Oh, I put that up there. Oh, sweet. I didn't know I could do that. Yeah, I didn't know I could do that.
So I wonder if people can actually see them comments then when you do that.
Well, see, I can...
We're learning stuff.
Yeah, I can pop them up. Okay, so there he's back.
Nice.
Let me fix this quick. Because it came as guest 9. So I got to redo this right quick.
There we're back.
All right. Welcome back, Tyler.
I'm here. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the Dollar General Wi-Fi I got or something.
So not only once, but twice today, I have been disconnected with people on the phone. And the phones just went out. And it was actually pretty important calls. So, I don't know, maybe some crazy stuff. China's attacking us.
Weather
Russia,
balloons everywhere.
Damn weather balloon probably fell on the power line.
Putin.
Putin. So, we were back to what we were talking about. We were talking about you got Thief River going on.
Yep, I got Thief River back. Gave it up last year, just so I could get that one last hurrah in my hometown show, which I did. I had fun, and it's time to get back to seriousness. So I took that back. I'm not 100% sure what's happening there. They kind of suck to deal with. I'm not gonna lie. And then of course we'll have Bagley, and then we'll close out the year in Grand Forks. So we'll probably have 4 or 5 shows again. I mean, nothing too crazy. It's where I want to be. I don't want to get too wild because my job gets busy with harvest and spring planting and all that stuff. So
Yeah, you guys do beats out there, don't you?
so where I'm at, ways away from beats, probably about a half an hour. So we don't really do a whole lot of sugar beet work, but I go out and dry beets when I can over in Angus, Minnesota.
I did that once. It's a long, with 12 hours for normal people, and then the drivers are putting in like 24 hours at a time.
They go through a lot of chewing tobacco and Mountain Dew and chips.
Well, you ain't a blue-collar worker if you don't have a crippling nicotine addiction. But what are you looking forward to this year? Like, what are you trying to do with your shows? Is there anything new? Trying to keep.
Oh, that Grand Fort, or I'm hoping I can announce next week will be new. Other than that, I'm just looking forward to getting back to seeing everyone. Just being around the guys, it's a privilege to be where I'm at right now. I know I ain't the biggest promoter, but me and my guys, my family, we do really honestly enjoy it.
It's always fun being out there and talking with you guys. You guys are always so busy as promoters. It's hard to sit and talk, but I get to usually see you guys after the event.
Yeah, and we like to joke. We like to joke and have fun and pull pranks. Majority of the guys and gals that come to the show and run, are pretty level-headed and have a good sense of humor too. So it makes everything just awesome.
It's always a good time. And,
yeah, for sure.
Joe is saying, time to go big, Tyler. Next year we're doing a indoor show.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin
The ducks
Hanson
are in
says
the
they're
roll,
still
they just-
using dial-up internet.
Probably.
Yeah, I just had to plug it in. It's like, back in the day it was, went through that, sounds. Yeah, I just had to dial it up.
Most people wouldn't even know that sound anymore.
That's crazy.
I bet
used to
you,
put
like,
my phone
90
on the
yeah.
little thingy.
Well, it's funny because
90% of the people in this chat won't know.
well, like I upload pictures to the internet all the time, and it's like, 200 pictures at a time. Maybe
Yeah.
takes 2 minutes. I couldn't even download one picture in 5 minutes.
That's
And,
why I got on the
Right.
phone industry.
But it took so long, you couldn't have done anything like this.
No, yeah, it's, technology's changed, everything's getting to be a lot quicker, and it ain't cheaper, but it's faster, they say.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. There's starting to be so many companies. Everything's starting to drive the price down. I think we need to do that with everything else. Maybe get 2, 3 presidents.
Yeah, JP for one, and Josh is the other one.
There you go.
Could you imagine them two in the president's office?
It'd be great. I'd film it. I'd sell it.
Well, one thing, they already got the red carpet out for Josh and them.
So, I've heard talk here and there. Can't say names, can't say promoters, but there's a couple people, maybe one in particular, that wants to see you promoters get in a ring together and just go crazy.
Okay, I knew who the guy is. The invite that day he told me. I thought we were actually going to do it that day, and then he broke his stick at fourth, and I was like, oh, what the hell is this?
You don't ever break your stick, even if the motor falls off.
Yeah. I went and talked to him, and it was over, and he goes, yeah, the CV shaft didn't like that 5,600 RPMs. I'm like, hey, it don't matter.
Just let me use you as a punching bag for a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But I honestly think it would be awesome. You guys figure out a set of rules. Just do a promoter derby from everywhere in the state, around the out of state, whatever.
Kick the windows out and just have it centralized. Have it down south. To me, it don't matter to me where it's.
Right.
It'd be good. I personally would like to see as we did as a charity. Like he said, so
right.
So it helps somebody.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah,
we don't get
most
rich
definitely.
doing this.
No, that's for sure. Honestly, I think at the end of the day, if you sat down and think about it, you probably lost a lot of money and time. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's worth it. You appreciate the people that help you on the way. My guys, you guys, the sacrifice my family takes. But once it's in your blood, it's tough to get it out.
Well, it's legalized road rage, so I mean, you can't really pass that up.
Yeah, I mean, where else can you go beat the shit out of someone and not get sued?
Right. But any big plans? Do you want to tell anybody about your Utah start that you used during your features?
Yeah, so I mean, kind of where I've started that, or I've done that, and I kind of like that start. Sometimes you can get that somebody to set the pace right away, or that's why I just like a hard hitting, fast paced show, and I feel like that Utah start style start really helps it. You get that one guy that just, for instincts, I'm going to say his name, Josh Wirtz.
He's a good hitter.
His nickname should be Mad Dog Wirtz. I mean, the dude is just puts the foot through the floor no matter what. And he's majority of the time at my shows setting the pace.
He actually made Crash Dit's national reel when he was down in Ice Crush. He was full tracking people the whole day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, he was. That's Josh being Josh. He's awesome.
He's Becker County Outlaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, is he the captain of the crew? I think he wears a C patch on his T-shirt.
I haven't seen it. I'm going to have to pay more attention.
I'm just kidding.
No, I went down with those guys, visit with all those guys. There's a lot of them, and they all do something, and they keep them cars rolling in and rolling out. They're a good crew.
Yeah. I've seen
In fact, Bob was on here earlier and said, hey, but he's always on here. He supports us. He's a great guy. He loves helping too.
Yeah, he's so not to shut down anyone or I feel like everyone does a very good job, but there's two people that just stand out to me every time, and that's Bob Butler is a guy that is just he's good for the sport. You know, he's always got a smile on his face. And Bagley, I think he had a fuel line or a tranny line fall off, and just I think it was a big fire underneath the hood or something.
Yeah.
And he got up, smile on his face, walked back to the side, and he's always willing to talk. And you know, I bet you if a young kid came up to him and asked him, you know, a couple questions, he'd be more than willing to take him under his wing.
Oh, I believe it. He's offered to help me build cars. He's like, bring them over. We'll build them right here.
And that's honestly what the sport needs. You know, the generation that's coming up, you know, are really into electronics and their phones, and you know, and that's just what someone needs to do to get a kid started, and you know, they could be the next big bad national driver. I mean,
right?
You never know.
I'd like to see Worst get into some of these national pins. Yeah, he's got a lot of friends too. That if he ran team shows, we don't have very many of them around here, but he could definitely put some hits.
Yeah.
In.
No, they definitely would hold their own. I mean, to get somebody to go from this area to a national show, it honestly makes me just, it's exciting because you know these guys. You know, since we're on this topic, you know, I want to give a big shout out and a good luck to Jeremy and Riley Suvdy, as they're currently en route to Capital City Carnage.
Awesome.
I talked to him about 20 minutes before I got on with you, and they just loaded their cars. So good luck to you guys.
I didn't. I don't know anybody going myself, but I do know those shows are wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an atmosphere that it's awesome. It's good to experience going to one of those national shows. Me and my uncle and my buddy Joe and my buddy Derek, we've been going to Blizzard Bash since 2015, and we didn't go this past year. The stuff didn't work out, but we're gonna go to that one in South Dakota. Is it
Gold Rush?
Rapid City? Something like that. It's in June. Rapid City Beatdown or something along the lines of that with Kayla Moore and All In Promotions. So we're gonna make it out to that one. You know, those shows are usually very hard hitting. So
that's what I hear. I mean, I've talked to a few promoters out there. We're going to be doing some video in North Dakota, and they're telling us they just don't have a lot of shows out there. They're all high paying. They don't have a lot.
Oh yeah, they're like, well, for instance, if you go on Utah and just look at their payouts, it's like $20,000 to win. If you pass tech the first time, they give you $1,000.
Really?
Yeah, they pay like literally there's I don't remember the exact show, but say if you're a pre-register, you show up on time, I think they give you $500 just to show up. You know, you see a couple guys from North Dakota that go out there consistently, but a Minnesota guys go out to represent. I know Sam Bando, I think he won it out there a couple of years ago, but yeah, pass tech the first time to give you $1,000.
Nice.
I can do that. I ain't gonna make the first hit, but I'll pass tech.
The thing is like the field that, you know, the field they're getting, you know, the pain to go out there, and you know, and I believe that is Stern Dirt Racing, so Johnny and Gumby and all them.
I've noticed Minnesota drivers they travel a lot. I mean, we have a ton of shows here. I mean, between all the promoters and all the shows that run here and the fair boards and whatnot. But you actually start watching these big ones on TV, and you're seeing Minnesota drivers here, there. I mean, Blizzard Bash. How many Minnesota drivers were there?
Yeah, that's the you know, I would say about Minnesota is Minnesota, like, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not taking away from any other state. Minnesota has some of the best drivers. Uh, Lance Pritchett. Just think of all the stuff he's accomplished. And Lemoyne. I think it's Bryce. Bryce is Lemoyne's dad. Jerry, I believe, is his name. There's a meme floating around on Facebook of him with all the trophies he's won throughout his career, and it's just remarkable. I feel like Minnesota's got probably the most talented drivers in the sport. Everyone's got.
Like when I've asked people, I always hear about Illinois, and this is before I started really paying attention to what was going on in the Derby world. And I'd ask, where are the best drivers at? And I'd hear South Dakota, Illinois, Carolina's a couple of them. But then when I started watching, like even the TV shows and whatnot, you start seeing Minnesota guys everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have to win every time to be the best, but you're always in the top 2, top 3.
Yeah, and that's probably the crappy part about living in Minnesota is if you want to go to a big show, a national show, you're gonna have to drive. I mean, Topeka's 10.5 hours from my house. That Rapid City show is 10 hours from my house. Bash for Cash is like 20 some hours. So if you're wanting to go to these big national shows and get attention, you're gonna have to drive. You give it a few years, High Octane Media, WFO, Full Arena, and JP. I've talked to JP quite a bit, and I really like to see his numbers, to help him get his numbers up, And then with Chaos, I'm hoping with between one of us, somebody can grab that national show and have it up here in northern Minnesota. I don't care who it is, as long as I don't care who it is, as long as it happens, because I'm sick and tired of driving 10.5 hours to go watch a good show.
Well, if you think about it, you can have the show, you can have the payouts, you can have the best rules, you can have the best workers, you can have the best everything, and then nobody shows up. And if you don't have that support, what do? You can't continue running with no support.
Yep, and that's a gamble. And to all these national big-time promoters, I salute you, because that's a heck of a gamble. You know what I mean? Like, when your purse is for 2 days over 120-some thousand, it's like, man, that's crazy.
I agree. There was one that we were looking at Memorial. I can't ever remember the name of that town. To go film this year, and I think it's $12,000 to win. The
Botno?
Full size. Yeah, Botno.
Yeah.
And that's $12,000 to win. And you think that thing would be booked up already. They just opened booking. I know a lot of shows around here in Minnesota would have been booked already. Like, it would have been full.
And I wish I could answer that or have it, but then you'll get a Derby that pays $2,000 to win, and it's completely full, where Botno's trying to get, have his payout of 12, and they might not get nothing. It just don't make sense. But
I mean, for $12,000, I'm about ready to just throw a car on the trailer and go down there when I tow it with the Subi.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have to weigh a whole lot. There ain't got to be a lot of. It's just got to pass tech.
Right.
There you go.
I think you got a pipe dream there, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably die.
On the ride, pulling the Subi.
Just put it on the rack.
We've been.
Yeah,
I've been pushing Sloan now for almost a year to start shopping for a van, and I told him ideally we want a 1-ton van. It can be a cargo van that we can throw a bed in the back of, but we got to have something we can tow the trailer with.
There you go.
Or one of those little short buses, because that fits us.
That does fit us.
Yeah, a little short bus.
Yeah. But, I mean, we got big plans ourselves. Um, hopefully everything goes smooth right off the bat, beginning of the year here. But as the year progresses, if not this year, next year, you will start seeing us roll up, not the Subi, but a bus or a van.
Something bigger. That Subi's too little for my fat butt.
He opens the door, I push him out, he rolls out.
You know.
There you go.
But I mean, anything exciting been going on? Or what? You got that one show going on that you're talking about, but you can't announce anything yet.
Yeah, officially, I mean, I can't announce it, just because it's not 100%. It's probably 90, but that's gonna be that would be the first show for the year, and kind of get the ball rolling on everything. And honestly, I think it's gonna be awesome. I mean, buses, a demo, and then a concert at the end for, yeah. You'll have to stay tuned because I'm pretty certain this will fall through, and it's going to benefit, the people showing up in the grandstands, because it's going to be $5 to get in, and it's going to be a light build, very light build. I'm thinking compacts would be like a bumper swap with a light cage, and then
Can
we'll probably use no. No, it's going to be a bumper swap with a cage, and the full size will be my stock rules, and it's going to be a pretty decent payout, and yeah, I just don't want to say too much more.
Perfect timing
So,
to get
yeah.
the shows going on.
Yeah, and then I'm hoping to. It's probably going now to be maybe about a year and a half, and I'm hoping I'll be announcing an indoor show. I'm hoping maybe before that, but this is getting very, very, very close to that happening up here.
That'd be awesome. I definitely would.
No, yeah, that'd be sweet, and you guys would be there to film it, live stream it, 100%, and take pictures.
I'm down for that. We got a lot of other options this year, actually. We've been working with people. I mean, as you know, I haven't really, I've kind of mentioned things here and there, but a lot of people don't realize that I didn't even enter the derby world until I met Tyler.
Yeah.
And it happened to be out of a chance of fate that I went with a couple friends to his derby. I was invited out there. They're like, "Why don't you bring your camera?" And at this point in time, I was actually ready to give up High Octane. It wasn't really going anywhere. There was some support, because there's always been some support, but it was not really growing, wasn't going anywhere. And I showed up to Tyler's show, and I bought a pit pass, and then I went in the stands. Do you know what happens when you go in the stands with a pit pass?
You say it's a bad angle, but you did good. I mean,
No, they wanted me to leave.
oh.
So I almost didn't even end up filming that. But after they realized what I was doing, they're like, "Yeah, you can stay." They let me stay. They were pretty cool about it. They had to kick everybody out of the stands because they had so many people coming into the stands that they had to line everybody up pretty much single file and smash them together to get them in the stands.
Yeah, that place gets wild. That place sells out. I know last year they did pre-sale tickets, and the place just becomes a madhouse. The grandstands are packed. They're bringing in more bleachers than they've never brought in before, and going back to you showing up there and recording in the grandstands. My buddy actually stumbled across a video, and he sent it to me, and I watched it. I'm just like, this is pretty dang good. So then I messaged you, and you came back for that fall show I had there, and we've just been coming back together and continuing to grow. That's my biggest thing, and you know that I've always told you since day one is I want to help you grow and I want to help other people grow their businesses from selling derby parts to selling t-shirts. I don't want no money. You can make $1 million and I don't want nothing. It's just it's all about helping each other out.
If I made $1 million, I'm going to buy you a fur coat
And a red carpet.
and a crown.
I have a feeling you're going to spend probably $500K on it for that red carpet, shaggy red carpet for Mr. Stock. Then
I got to take care of him too.
We're gonna have to load up in your school bus and take JP to get Taco Bell for the first time.
He's never had Taco Bell.
Yeah, I seen a TikTok where he's claiming he didn't have Taco Bell.
Well, we're going to have to get a sponsor. Taco Bell. Sponsor us so we can bring JP because we're poor.
We're poor. You know how much some fishing guys get paid up north?
Yeah, actually I do.
I need to switch professions. Stripping ain't doing it for me. I don't make any money.
I get paid to put my clothes back on.
Don't worry, bud. My OnlyFans ain't doing so well either.
So Roger Fuller's asking, I'll put it up here on the screen so people can see, but I think a good topic to possibly bring up, he says, what's the best option for bumpers on derby trucks that won't break the bank?
Honestly, make a homemade bumper out of square tubing. I mean, you can go to a scrapyard and buy a pretty good, it all depends on your rules too.
Right.
Start off with a square tubing and just build a pitch. I mean, that's all you need. And then if you want to, stuff it, run a pipe through it or, something like that and cap your ends. That's cheap. I mean, that's the cheapest way, to build a good, decent bumper, some square tubing and build your own pitch off it, what the rules allow you to do, and send it.
Well, JP says 30th birthday Taco Bell trip coming this August. We need a documentary made. I think we can do that.
Yeah, I think we can too.
Roger also says, I see a lot of people using old car bumpers with a little bit of square tubing behind it.
Yeah. Honestly, if you just get on the web, and just look up, Smith and Metal Works or, they make some pretty unique bumpers that aren't too crazy priced. I highly recommend, looking at them. They have this type of a crush bumper. I don't know a whole lot about it, but just go read up on it. It's a pretty cool design.
We got Murphy's Fab too. He makes bumpers.
He's on next week.
Yeah, he's actually on next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's out of Detroit Lakes.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of his bumpers too, and they look just as good as anyone else, I think.
But we ran way over our time tonight. You and
okay.
JP are easy to talk to. But
yeah, I can talk years off about cars or whatever.
We'll come back on before he shows. BS some more, talk about the show, talk about what to expect to come, maybe prices, entry fees. If you're having drawings, I noticed that you kicked in on KS Motorsports to give away 2 free. Is it 2 free tickets or 1 free entry?
It's a 1 free entry for a driver at any show, and it's also 2 pit passes. So there's 2 separate drawings.
Okay, nice. And that'll be at the Autocross for Chaos.
I think it's for his expo, ain't it?
Yeah, Expo. But did I say Autocross? Yeah, the Expo.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Josh Stock's Autocross coming up this weekend. If you're bored, come on down.
That'll be it. I would love to, but we have wrestling.
Well, tell the kids.
So I coach
to build a car, throw it on the trailer, do the wrestling, and then go straight there and race, or the other way around.
Yeah, I coach youth wrestling, and then obviously all my kids wrestle, but my middle child will wrestle this weekend too. So
Yeah, you're a busy man. I see.
I am.
Your kids are pretty good wrestlers. I seen them on the stand a couple times. You shared
Yeah.
some pictures.
Yeah, Sunday we were in Brainerd for regions, and my oldest qualified for state. So March 18th, I'll be heading to Rochester for hoping him to finally get himself a state title.
Nice.
That'd be nice. Heck yeah. Well, best of luck to you, Tyler. We're gonna jump off here.
Yeah.
And thanks again for
I
coming
just
on.
Yeah, thank you guys for everything. You guys are awesome, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later, Tyler. I'm sure we'll
Yep,
see you
see
again
ya.
sometime soon.
Bye.
Push the button.
There's the button. It wasn't working.
Yes, okay.
So that's all we have for tonight. That was JP Sweet at the Low County Fair and Tyler Miller from WFO Derby Promotions. We've got to work alongside with these guys. Awesome shows, awesome people. It's a great time. If you didn't get to see the whole thing, it'll be up on Spotify if you can't watch. It'll be up on YouTube as well.
Once you edit.
Yeah, well, I don't even have to edit this one. This one
Nice.
was, yeah, it was good.
We're getting rid of them bugs, buddy.
Hey, Josh, we're having technical difficulties. That's what it did sound like, huh?
Yeah.
Difficulties. There we go. But getting better. Every show we're learning more stuff.
And
Now
we're getting updates now. This is kind of neat.
Yeah, now I got intros in here.
Even the little comment button update that we got on here now, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's new. And I bumped on an accent.
Right.
It's crazy. But thank you guys for watching. It's all about the experience. And thank you for coming in and watching. See you next week at 7.
Ish.